Elsa always felt that something was wrong in her family. Their quaint suburban house, nestled in a quiet neighborhood, held secrets that seemed to linger in the air like a thick fog. Her parents, Jack and Lisa, always showered her with love. But beneath their smiles and warm hugs, she perceived an unspoken truth, a hidden world they never shared. One cool autumn afternoon, as the sun was setting on the horizon and casting long shadows over the garage, Elsa embarked on a search for her tennis racket. Lost in a dimly lit and cluttered space, her eyes fell on a dusty box hidden in a corner. Curious, he knelt down and cautiously opened it. Inside, he found a treasure of documents that gave him a chill. Passports with various names, photographs of their parents in unknown places, coded messages scribbled on yellowed paper, and classified files with government seals. Elsa's heart raced as she realized the severity of what she had discovered. Among the documents, she discovered a letter addressed to her, written by her father Jack. It was a sincere plea for forgiveness and understanding, in which he confessed that his family was not what it seemed. He implored him not to delve into his secrets, warning him of the danger he could unleash. Elsa was sitting among boxes and papers, her mind full of question. Why did your parents have multiple identities? What were those secret documents in his possession doing? And why had they hidden this secret world from him? Unable to resist the urge to continue investigating, he began deciphering the encrypted messages and crossing names. Each revelation increased his conviction that his seemingly normal parents were entangled in a web of secrets and intrigue. As he continued his clandestine exploration, he couldn't shake the feeling that danger was lurking around the corner. Faces of his parents, once familiar, now seemed like enigmatic masks that hid a life he had never imagined. The mystery had been revealed, but it was only the beginning. Elsa's relentless pursuit of the truth would soon lead her down a treacherous path where family ties would be tested, and the consequences of her curiosity would become shockingly evident. Elsa couldn't escape the pull of the secrets that now enveloped her family. Every night, when the moon set in the sky, he returned to the garage with the mysterious documents. Calling to her like a siren song, he continued to unravel the coded messages and piece together fragments of his parents' hidden lives. Elsa's days were consumed by her investigations, and her nights by her clandestine dates in dimly lit corners, with a growing sense of restlessness. One night, as he was delving into his father's letter, he noticed a date scribbled in the margin: tomorrow's date. Panic gripped her as she realized the urgency of the warning. Whatever danger his parents were involved in seemed to be closing in on them. Unable to contain her curiosity any longer, Elsa decided to confront her parents. He approached them with a trembling voice and showed them the letter he had found. Their faces paled as they realized that they had entered their secret world. Reluctantly, they began to share their story. Jack and Lisa revealed that they had been undercover government agents dedicated to protecting national security. Their multiple identities and secret missions were part of their duty. Secrecy had been a way to keep their family safe. They hoped to protect Elsa from the harsh realities of their world. Elsa's emotions were a whirlwind. I felt a mixture of anger, betrayal, and fear. His parents, once the personification of trust and love, had hidden a world of danger and intrigue from him. As they explained their reasons, Elsa struggled to reconcile the loving parents she knew with the secret agents they had been. The revelation left her with a heavy burden. He couldn't shake the feeling that the danger his parents had warned him about was real and imminent. Elsa's own life was now intertwined with her clandestine activities, and she knew she had embarked on a dangerous journey. As Elsa grappled with her new knowledge, she realized that her search for the truth had only just begun. The mystery that had shrouded her family for so long had been revealed, but the consequences of her curiosity were about to rebel in a way that would never have Elsa's world turned on its axis. The revelation that her parents were secret government agents turned everything she thought she knew about her family upside down. His once ordinary life had been transformed into a complex web of intrigue and danger. As the days turned into weeks, Elsa couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story than her parents had revealed. She began to delve into their past, the determined to discover the truth behind their secret lives. While her parents were on what they called a business trip, Elsa snuck into their locked home office. Among the neatly organized files, he found a hidden compartment containing a dossier titled Project Phoenix. With trembling hands, he opened the file and discovered a treasure trove of information about a highly classified operation his parents had been a part of, Phoenix Project. It detailed foreign missions, espionage, and even mentions of high-stakes negotiations with shadowy figures. Elsa could not understand the magnitude of her parents' involvement in these covert operations. He felt like a character in a spy novel, and the lines between reality and fiction blurred with each passing day. Unable to contain his curiosity any longer, he contacted a person mentioned in the file. It was risky, but I needed answers. The contact agreed to meet her in a secluded park under the cover of darkness. While he waited nervously on a park bench, a mysterious figure emerged from the shadows. He was tall, with sharp features and eyes that seemed to pierce his soul. He introduced himself as Agent Donovan and confirmed the authenticity of the file. Agent Donovan revealed that her parents had helped thwart a major international threat that was now re-emerging. The danger had not dissipated with his withdrawal from the agency. On the contrary, it had grown stronger, and Elsa had found herself involuntarily caught up in it. Fear gripped his heart as he realized the enormity of the situation. The world her parents had protected her from was more dangerous than she had ever imagined. He faced an impossible choice: to walk away from secrets and danger or dive deeper into the secret world, protect his family and the nation. The lines between good and evil blurred, and Elsa knew that her decision would have far-reaching consequences. With every step he took toward the abyss, he felt the weight of his family's past and the uncertainty of his future. The journey to unravel the secrets was far from over, and Elsa was about to embark on a treacherous path where loyalty, duty, and family bonds would be tested like never before. Elsa's clandestine meetings with Agent Donovan continued, each revealing more layers of her parents' secret lives and the ominous threat looming on the horizon. With each revelation, the sense of danger became more palpable. One night, while Elsa was engrossed in deciphering the encrypted messages in her parents' files, she overheard a conversation coming from their parents' room. They spoke quietly, with an urgent and concerned tone. They were talking about a dark figure from their past, someone they believed had definitely disappeared. Elsa strained to hear more, but couldn't catch the detail. Curiosity consumed her, and she decided to follow her parents on their next business trip. As she followed him down the winding country roads, Elsa felt a growing unease. Their destination was an abandoned factory on the outskirts of the city. He watched from a distance as his parents encountered an enigmatic figure shrouded in darkness. Elsa's heart pounded as she realized that this was the same threat her parents had been talking about. The tension in the atmosphere was suffocating, and she couldn't shake the feeling that danger was lurking everywhere. Suddenly, he accidentally broke a branch under his feet, alerting his parents and the shadowy figure to his presence. Panic gripped her as they turned in her direction. Without thinking, he fled into the night with shallow, labored breathing. Elsa knew that she had inadvertently endangered her family's safety, but her insatiable thirst for answers overpowered her fear. He needed to face his parents and understand the magnitude of the danger that had resurfaced. Returning home in the dark, he told them what he knew. Her parents' faces paled as they realized that their secret world had collided with their reality, putting her in danger. In a desperate attempt to keep her safe, her parents decided to share more of their past. Revealing the dark ins and outs of their world, they confessed a mission that had gone awry decades ago. A mission that had left loose ends. For one, an implacable enemy seeking revenge. As the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, Elsa realized the magnitude of the threat that loomed over her family. The dark figure from his parents' past was no ordinary adversary. It was a formidable force. Driven by a thirst for revenge, Elsa faced a chilling reality. Her search for the truth had not only exposed her to danger, but had also awakened an enemy who would stop at nothing to settle old scores. She had unknowingly become a pawn in a dangerous game, and there had never been any. So much at stake. With each passing day, the ominous threat grew stronger, and Elsa was faced with an agonizing choice: flee the secrets and protect her family, or delve deeper into the secret world. Determined to face the coming danger head-on, Elsa's world had become a ceaseless storm of secrets, danger, and uncertainty. With his new knowledge of his parents' past and the looming threat that now shadowed their lives, he couldn't shake the feeling that his family was teetering on the edge of a precipice. He continued meeting with Agent Donovan, who acted as a mentor and source of information about his parents' past enemy. Elsa's training in espionage and self-defense intensified as she prepared for a confrontation seemed increasingly inevitable. As Elsa deepened her training, she became more adept at deciphering encrypted messages, tracking movements, and gathering intelligence. Her parents, who were initially hesitant to involve her, could not deny her determination and the undeniable danger that loomed over them. One fateful night, while Elsa was deciphering a particularly complex message, came across a chilling revelation. Enemy, only known as the Raven, had infiltrated the highest levels of the government and possessed information that could expose his family's covert operations. Their parents' worst fears came true. Their past mistakes had come back to haunt them, threatening not only their lives, but also national security. Elsa knew they had to act quickly to neutralize the threat. With the guidance of Agent Donovan, they embarked on a risky mission to discover the Crow's true identity and his sinister plan. Their journey took them to the heart of the undercover world, where alliances were fragile and betrayal was a constant shadow. As Elsa honed her skills, she couldn't shake the fear that her family's secrets would be her downfall. The danger increased as the Raven's network of influence expanded, leaving no one out of its reach. Tensions within the family increased as the weight of their common past strained their ties. Elsa felt the weight of responsibility, divided between her loyalty to her parents and her duty to protect her country from the imminent threat. In the darkness of the underground world, Elsa discovered that trust was a fragile currency, easy to lose and difficult to regain. His parents, Jack and Lisa, had dedicated their lives to protecting their nation. Past mistakes threatened to undo everything they held dear. As the layers of deception were uncovered, Elsa knew her journey was far from over. The enigmatic figure known as the Raven lurked in the shadows, orchestrating a dangerous game of cat and mouse that would test the limits of their determination and the strength of their family bond. In the shadows of uncertainty, Elsa prepared for the inevitable confrontation that would determine the fate of her family and the safety of her nation.
The Crow's identity remained a mystery, but one thing was clear: their battle against it was far from over. Elsa's search for the truth had led her family to enter the treacherous world of espionage, where alliances shifted like quicksand, and deception was the currency for survival. As they got closer to discovering the Crow's true identity, the danger intensified. The Raven's web extended its ominous reach, and Elsa's family was no longer safe within the confines of their home. They were forced to go underground, relying on a network of trusted contacts and safe houses provided by Agent Donovan. Elsa's training became increasingly intense as they prepared for the inevitable showdown. Elsa learned the art of disguise, perfected his aim, and studied psychological warfare techniques. Every day, he was closer to facing the formidable enemy that had pursued his family for years. The breakthrough came when they deciphered a cryptic message that hinted at the Raven's next move, a high-profile event that could jeopardize national security. With time running out, Elsa and her family embarked on a dangerous mission to intercept the Raven before he could carry out his deadly plan. The operation was fraught with tension as they infiltrated El Cuervo's network of operatives. Suspicion and danger lurked at every turn, and Elsa found herself torn between loyalty to her family and her duty to protect her country. In a thrilling climax, they faced the Raven in a heart-stopping showdown. The revelation of his true identity left them stunned, as the face behind the mask was someone they had never expected: a former colleague, trusted friend turned traitor. As bullets flew and alliances shifted, Elsa faced the harsh reality of the underground world. Betrayal runs deeper than any weapon, and the battle against the Raven took a heavy toll on his family. Lives were lost, ties were broken and trust was forever scarred. After the confrontation, Elsa's family emerged victorious, but the cost of their victory weighed heavily on their hearts. The Raven had been unmasked, but the scars of the past could never be fully healed. Once the threat was neutralized and the secrets of their secret lives were discovered, Elsa's family faced a new beginning. They realized that in the world of espionage, the line between good and evil was often blurred, and the sacrifices made in the name of duty were sometimes too great to bear. When they returned to the shadows, their family ties stronger than ever. Elsa knew that the underground world would always be a part of their lives, but they had learned the true meaning of sacrifice, duty, and the enduring strength of family. Once the identity of the Crow was discovered and the threat neutralized, Elsa's family had emerged battered but victorious from the treacherous world of espionage. They had paid a high price in blood and betrayal, and the scars of their harrowing journey would never fully fade after. And when they returned to the shadows, Elsa couldn't shake the feeling that something dark and malevolent still remained. It was as if the vengeful spirit of the Crow refused to be defeated. Haunting whispers in the night, eerie shadows that danced in the periphery of his vision. These were the chilling vestiges of the secret world they had entered one fateful night. As Elsa lay in bed, she heard a faint tapping on the window. With his heart pounding, he approached and saw, somewhat chillingly, an obsidian crow perched on the windowsill. With eyes shining with malevolence, frozen with terror, he knew how the crow's beak opened, and it spoke with a voice that gave him chills. "The game is far from over, my dear. You may have unmasked me, but the darkness I represent will never be extinguished." Crow cawed. One icy wind swept through the room, blowing out the candles. Elsa was plunged into darkness, with the echoes of the crow's ominous laughter ringing in her ears. The next morning, he found no sign of the crow, but the feeling of dread that had taken over his family was inescapable. The shadow of their past had merged with the malevolent force of the Raven, and their lives had been forever stained by the darkness they had encountered. As the years passed, the chilling events that occurred became a disturbing legend, whispered among those who knew the truth. Elsa's family had learned that the hidden world held secrets too terrible to understand, and the price of revealing them was very high. And so they lived in the shadows, ever vigilant, haunted by the Raven's chilling legacy. The underground world had taken its toll, and as Elsa stared into the abyss of her family's past, she learned that some secrets were destined to remain buried, forever shrouded in darkness.